You so much for taking some time out of your day to chat with me.
My
Um,
pleasure.
we're going to talk about your new series, The Boss Baby Back in the Crib. So let me just get right to it. It takes place after the events of the movie Boss Baby Family Business. How much time would you say has elapsed since that movie ended, like in the realm of the Boss Baby?
I'd say just a few months at most.
Okay.
Um, you can tell by the babies. You know, Tina's not getting any bigger yet, so we're still in that same window.
Okay, great. And now, at what point was it decided that Family Business was going to get its own spin-off series? Because the original film also had a spin-off series, which you're familiar with.
I am.
So, when was it decided that Family Business 2 would also get a series?
It was while they were working on the movie. We were finishing the original series, and we were writing it. We knew kind of the idea of what the second movie was. We knew that it took place now as opposed to back, when Tim was a kid. And so that was great for us on the original series because it let us write an ending and say, well, no, we're gonna have a big emotional finale that ties off this whole story and leads into the future and where Boss Baby 2 Family Business takes place. And so we finished all that, and I, as far as I was concerned, that was a wrap. We were done. And one of the big genesis moments of this new series was getting a sneak preview of what they were doing with this movie and the work in progress, and meeting these new characters, meeting Tina, meeting Tabitha, meeting Carol, meeting Tim as an adult, and falling in love with that family and realizing this is a whole new thing. This isn't just a continuation, a sequel where the same thing happens over again. This is a chance to wipe the decks and say, well, what if we just started a new Boss Baby show with just Boss Baby and then this new family around him, and then what does that world look like? What does Baby Corp look like? What are they doing? How has the company changed? And how do we force him to become a baby again? So all those questions started percolating while they were working on the movie, and that led to us making the series.
Wow. Yeah. So that far in advance, that's very interesting to know, like, the behind the scenes of it all. And as you mentioned, so we have to get the boss back in the crib. Was it difficult to come up with a storyline that was like new and fresh, like a different way to get him back to being a baby?
I think that particular thing came pretty quick and easy because there's not, they in the movie sequel had already done, well, there's a problem in the baby world and we need you back, come ride to our rescue. And so it was a pretty natural flip to say, well, what if it were the other way around? What if he was in trouble and really needed help, and the only solution was to take this formula? And that led very quickly to, well, he works at a big company that he founded. What if he hasn't surrounded himself with the best people and they've done some crimes and they're now trying to pin it on him? And that, what's that?
They took a vote.
They did. They took a vote and it was unanimous because they were all criminals.
So we meet the characters that we know from Family Business. Will we see the elder grandparents in this series? If you can share, will we see them this time?
I do try to avoid spoilers in questions like that, but in this particular case, because I don't want to break any hearts, we do not get to see the grandparents in this one.
Okay.
There's a very simple, boring, technical reason for that, and that is that making characters in animation, in CG animation like we do, is very expensive and time consuming, and we have a very strict budget on the number of characters we can build like that. And we had so many new characters and so many new villains and all the fun people that you'll get to meet, that we kept saying, man, when can we afford to bring in the grandparents? And we never got a chance to do it.
Maybe season 2. We'll
Maybe,
see.
yeah. We keep fingers crossed.
Now, something that, without trying to get too spoilery, but I did get to watch some episodes, and it's such a fun show. And the way that the baby, like love for baby, like monitoring and measuring has kind of evolved. What was that like for you guys to come up with, like kind of like a viral baby in like a good way, like, oh, just charts will go out like skyrocket, like just bringing it into the internet social media world?
I'm pretty sure that grew out of discussions with the other writers about, it started with finding that CEO. There's nanny cam, no filter CEO baby sponsored by Butts Diapers that Nicole Byer plays so beautifully. We were figuring out her character and what she was into, and really started seeing her as this influencer type baby who just always wants cameras on her, and the natural outgrowth of that was, well, that's what she would be looking for the company as well, is babies who are great on camera, who have some unique sellable quality about them, and really just focusing for her, the important thing was focus on these really super viral babies, and the company will do great. And she seems to be doing pretty well at it.
Now, as I mentioned, you had previously worked on the first Boss Baby series, and you've worked on other series that have involved kind of like favorite characters from beloved movie franchises. Is it hard for you personally, or do you feel pressure in continuing these characters' stories and kind of taking them maybe a little out of what people know them from and then putting them into new situations? Is that hard at all for you?
I It's only hard in the beginning. I spent a lot of time rewatching, the whatever movie or whatever thing that we're adapting it from, and really absorbing those voices. Even listening in some cases, even listening to outtakes. One of the joys of my career was getting access to the archives at DreamWorks, where they had King Julian, where they had Sacha Baron Cohen's outtakes, just hours and hours of him doing improv as King Julian, and able to do that as research for writing that character was super fun. So yeah, as far as pressure, no. I mean, you really just have to approach it as, I love these characters, which I do, and what do I want to do with them? And you can't let yourself think about what do other people want, or what might other people want to see, or you'll just kind of get paralyzed creatively and never do anything.
That's very true. Yeah. So thank you again for taking the time. Like I said, The Boss Baby, Back in the Crib, is coming to Netflix this month, and it's really fun. I think everyone should check it out. If they love the movies, they're certainly going to love this new series.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.